state governors present here, members of the Federal Executive Council, senior government officials here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to present the 2019 budget proposal to this joint session of the National Assembly. This being my last budget speech to the 8th National Assembly. I will review economic developments over the past 3 years and a half, with particular emphasis on 2018. I will then highlight the budget proposals for 2019, the full details of which will be given by the Honorable Minister of Budget and National Planning. The last 3.5 years have been challenging both at home and abroad. Commodity prices, both oil and non-oil, have been volatile. Global trends, be it security, trade, our politics, have also been unpredictable. Here in Nigeria, we have to cope with disruptions in oil production and exports, security challenges, and devastating floods. Through hard work and by the special grace of God, we have weathered these storms and made progress on many fronts, which is why we have cause to be optimistic about the future. The economy has recovered from recession. The economy has recovered from recession. And we had 6 quarters of growth since then. We have done more work with less resources in agriculture, infrastructure, and social investments. We have built better understanding between the federal government and the state on non-partisan fault lines, in particular, intervening several times to support states to meet their obligations, including the payment of salaries and pensions. Sustained development is difficult, if not impossible, in an atmosphere of insecurity and poor governance. We have therefore made strenuous and successful efforts to overcome the insurgency in the Northeast and to resolve intercommunal May I appeal to the honorable members that the world is watching us, and we are supposed
No, it's not true.
We are supposed to be above this. The federal government and the National Economic Council have been working in a unified and patriotic manner to tackle the underlying causes of tension between pastoralists and sedentary farmers. These conflicts have been a long-standing history caused mainly by competition for increasingly scarce resources occasioned by rising population and erratic weather conditions, a product of climate change. I take this opportunity to salute the men and women in the armed forces and security services for their courage, sacrifice, and patriotism in protecting our collective safety and security. The federal government has also sustained its efforts in fight against corruption and improve and its efforts to improve public financial management through the comprehensive implementation of the Treasury Single Account, the Government Integrated Financial Management Information System, and the Integrated Payroll and Personnel Information System. You may recall that as part of our commitment to improve governance, we joined the Open Government Partnership in 2016 with the aim of enhancing public service delivery, promoting business opportunity, enhancing government efficiencies, preventing corruption, and building trust in government. We remain committed to these and other institutional reforms that will enhance transparency and accountability in public service delivery. We also recorded several successes in economic management. Real gross domestic product growth stood at 1.81% in the third quarter of 2018, compared to 1.7% in the third quarter of 2017. We have had a sustained accretion to foreign exchange reserves from a low of $28.57 billion United States dollars in May 2015 to $42.92 billion by December 2018. This has contributed to exchange rate stability and will provide a buffer against any anticipated external shocks. Inflation has also declined from a peak of 18.72% in January 2017 to 11.28% in November this year. In the area of trade, Nigeria has moved from a deficit to surplus in our trade balance. As at the third quarter of 2018, the trade balance was a surplus of 681.27 billion naira, representing a significant improvement from the deficit of 290.1 billion naira in 2016. This reflects the rebound in crude oil exports, increased non-oil exports, and a reduction in the importation of food and items that can be produced locally. Foreign capital inflows, including direct and portfolio investments, also responded to improved economic management. Capital importation to Nigeria in the third quarter of 2018